What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. Now, what we have for you guys today is another discussion, basically. Now, I know I be throwing these discussions out randomly, and this time I'm not even gonna say that it's more random, more so that it's just a little bit overdue. And quite frankly, I think I should be the one or the voice that actually says this, because I think I'm the only one that's probably gonna keep it real about this game, because I don't know, like, Sparking Zero is an amazing game and I always want to see it succeed, but we still gotta shine some light on some of this stuff, bro. And I think, like I said, I'm gonna be the voice that everyone wants to admit but doesn't want to say. So without further ado, we're gonna jump right into that discussion for you guys today. We're gonna talk about what's going on with Sparking Zero, what's the feeling with it right now, and of course these videos are very interactive, so I want to know what you guys got to say as well. So if you could leave it in the comments or whatever you want to do, let your voices be known. Let's talk about it, let's discuss it. I always like talking to you guys. Like I said, these videos are very discussion heavy, so yeah, guys, let's jump right into it. I'm not gonna hold you up anymore. And also, if you do enjoy these discussions, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and also subscribe. It's all free, doesn't hurt anything, but always show support, helps me out a lot, lets me know what you guys want to see. But yeah, guys, we're gonna jump right into it. So I'm gonna try to keep this video very kind of like in a good time frame. I'm not gonna ramble on and lead you guys to like different points, but I'm also not gonna start the video just straight up dogging the game. Like, this video was not made to just dog the game, whatever like before. Now, before, the videos were more like discussion, because this game, let's face it, the game was a wee bit on the unfinished side. I'm just gonna say it again, I'm gonna be the voice that says it. Game first release, it was a wee bit on the unfinished side with some things, some aspects of the game. So I think that's point number one that I kind of want to make. But I'm not here to just straight up just dog on the game, because with these updates, this game has definitely glowed up and it's a big one. So I think I'm just gonna give maybe 3 pros, 3 cons, and then just try to talk about it like that, and leave the more discussion for you guys. Let me hear what you guys feel. But I say number one, the point number one that I want to make on the game, of course, being a pro, the DLC characters. We're gonna jump into that aspect first. DLC has been amazing so far. I'm not even gonna lie. The wait was a little bit on the wait was actually in a great time frame, honestly. The game released in October, we got the first one in January. Now, so far as me recording this video, we haven't got any word on the next DLC, but judging from the first one, the Gohan, Piccolo, Gamma 1 and 2 that they dropped, chef's kiss. I'm not even gonna lie to you, I'm not even gonna rush it or anything. I'm not rushing any DLC, I'm not rushing anything. Like, they take their time and they deliver perfectly. All DLC characters were amazing, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, all DLC characters were top tier, perfect cinematics, everything just on the amazing line, bro. So I can't even say, well, we need them faster, Let them take their time, let them cook, because when they cook, they become Gordon Ramsay, bro. Bandai becomes Gordon Ramsay. So keep that going. I'm not rushing anything. You guys shouldn't rush anything. We're going to get some amazing DLC. I'm not gonna lie, again, judging from it, they're gonna deliver. I have high hopes for it. Bandai, do not let me down from this. I'm speaking so highly right now, bro. DLC, I'm not rushing, because it's going to be amazing. The first DLC pack that came out, they cannot go any lower than that, bro. They've set a high bar, high expectations, so they're gonna deliver. They're gonna keep rolling it in, and we're gonna get some top tier DLC. So the DLC characters, I'm not even gonna lie to you, are amazing. Top tier, chef's kiss. Another point number 2 that I do want to make as to why, again, Sparking Zero. My main point that I want to make first overall is that Sparking Zero is still a good game. Pros being it's still a good game. This could be game of the year, honestly. I think that's the first point that we're going to make, which is why I jumped into DLC first. But the next point that I do want to make regarding all of that is the game modes. The game modes they did add, I'm not gonna lie. If you don't know what I'm referring to, they added quick match in the game. So when the game first dropped, we only really had ranked. And that was draining a lot of people trying to go through the rank process and all this other stuff, bro. Like, that was draining people. So I'm guessing they heard our cries and prayers. It's a start. Now, granted, it could be much more. There were so many game modes they could add in here, but it's the first start to something amazing. They added the quick match system where you can go in, just quick match up with someone. No ranks. It's just random matches and just throw hands, have fun, just enjoy the game, which I think was amazing. It was a great first step into what we could possibly get more. And I do definitely think that, they're going to keep listening to us. So I will say that they are definitely listening to us on that aspect when we were crying out for something different. Now, will more come? We're going to have to wait and see. But so far, the game modes are very interesting, and it gave more people a reason to come back and play without having to just grind on ranked and just be mentally drained the whole time. Because trust me, I was one of those people, bro. Those ranked grinds of just fighting Super Saiyan 4 Gogetas the entire A rank and then getting put back down, bro. That'll have you wanting to go through another controller, bro. This game drained a lot of people mentally, and it was very evident. So them adding a little quick match system was amazing. Now, I'm going to go ahead and jump into my next point of why I think the Sparking Zero could still be Game of the Year. And that overall is the gameplay that they changed. The gameplay mechanic that was changed, aka making like, I don't know, I believe it was the super counters being a little bit more gapped out. You can't really spam it. Super dash is taking more bars. What else? Things like that, honestly. Perception being more key drain, like things like that. Them changing the gameplay overall, bro, made this game require much more skill. And this point I'm gonna drag a little bit because this has to be emphasized, bro. They did amazing doing that. Like, again, and this is my point of Sparking Zero could still be Game of the Year. Sparking Zero has so much potential. This is my main point. Sparking Zero is amazing. Point blank simple. Sparking Zero is amazing. This is my main first point. Now, with these gameplay changes, bro, a lot more stuff was a lot more difficult for people, if that makes sense. So nobody could just spam up counters anymore. You actually have to time it, actually have to go in there and learn the timing. You can't spam perception anymore, which helped out so much. A lot of this stuff was such a breath of fresh air, let's be honest. It brought so much more life to the game. Like, the game felt brand new. It felt like I was playing a new, not even Sparking Zero. It felt like I was playing, like, I don't know, Dragon Ball breath of fresh air or something, bro. I don't know. I don't know, bro. It just felt new. It just felt new. That's my main point. It just felt new. The game was amazing, bro. Like, they did their thing on that, and I can't say how much that was needed, because you don't know how tired people were of just the perception spamming UI Gokus, the endless amounts of perfect counters that were easily just being thrown out from just people mashing it, me included at times. Burst dashing, I will say, probably wasn't needed, but it was definitely changed the game, making key management more important. You can't just throw random stuff out. You actually got to manage your key a little bit better. So I do definitely think that was a very much another breath of fresh air. A lot of the stuff was just different, bro. I will say that. Now, granted, a lot of people complained, a lot of people hated it, but again, I kind of wanted to see that, because if people were going to take it more competitive, which I said in one of my last videos, if you haven't checked it out, you can go check it out. This game isn't made to be competitive, bro. But if people are going to take it competitive, at least give it more of a competitive, I don't know, a competitive push, if that makes sense. Like, now it's actually more intense of a fight. If I'm fighting you, I don't have to worry about you perfect countering randomly out of nowhere, or I don't have to worry about you holding perception. Like, a lot of that stuff actually did kind of tune up the game. It kind of made the fights a little bit more interesting. You know, you having to save your key more for certain stuff. So I will say that also did push the game into the correct direction of, growing and getting more of his players back. So for a minute, Sparking did drop. But when that dropped, I feel like that brought a lot of people back with the DLC and the gameplay changes. Like, that just made Sparking Zero just spark, if that makes sense. My point for that the pros of the game being good was just to show, like, this game is on the right path. This game is growing, is on the amazing path, bro. That's my point. The game's on an amazing path. So now I'm gonna have to be the bad guy and say, with that comes the bad part. With that comes the cons of the Sparking Zero. Now, again, I'm not here to just duke you on the game, but I do have to be that voice that tells you guys the stuff that we've all been thinking or feeling, or if we're not, at least to give you guys kind of a more, more perspective, to more when you play the game, to look at more stuff. So my first con that I'm gonna say as to why Sparking Zero, this argument will also be because Sparking Zero, it needs to improve, bro. Like, it still has stuff to grow, and no game is gonna be perfect, but these issues are just a little bit too big to just kind of be like, you know what, Sparking Zero, game's amazing, waited so long for it, but we still have some stuff to work on. Now, the first con I want to jump into is probably contradicting what I said about the gameplay, but the gameplay can be considered very slow, bro. Like, that game, like, it triggers me so much, and I'm gonna be a little bit more passionate about this because I be so sick of in a fight, bro. First off, they did another nerf that they did have before was instant sparks. Now they're not instant anymore. He takes 4 blue bars of key at the top, so that was amazing. But I have to wait so long before I can even burst that shit, get around him and get aggressive. Like if I'm fighting a Broly and he has the 4 bars, if I have no key, I have to sit there and charge while he can get his instant spark off. And you don't want an instant spark Broly chasing you. That's just point number 1. Number 2 is to even get aggressive, to even try to get anything going. First off, the androids. I'm gonna use the androids for example. Androids have full key. Of course, you do have to manage your key better, but one, vanish battles take key. You don't want to get in a vanish battle with an android. What else take key? You lose key from Sonic's ways, so that instantly knocks away your aggression if you're fighting someone who's obviously spamming or something. Like, it's key aspects like that that kind of slows the game down. Like, you kind of have to wait for certain stuff. And also, I do want to fully emphasize and hear me out. Do not skip past this. Bro, the only way to start anything is back attacks. So many people will sit there and sidestep until you swing, bro. It's so frustrating. Like, it's literally just a sidestep battle. Why am I sidestep battling you? Why are we just jumping side to side tango and playing Ring Around the Roses like this is Squid Game? This is Dragon Ball Z. Hit me. Bro, with the key being kind of like iffy now, people rely so much on back attacks, and with the super counters barely coming out, people rely so much on back attacks, like it's not really boxing no more. Like, you'll sit there and just sidestep the entire time until the other person swings. Like, that's not fun. Scratch it not being fun, that's irritating. That kind of takes away. Like, I fought one fight before, and I know I'm kind of rambling. I fought one fight before where the guy just sidestepped around me until my character either got confused or until I threw a hit that honestly hit him. But of course, the sidestep frames give you invulnerability at times, so he was able to get his back attacks off. People rely so much on back attacks now that it just slows everything down because we have to sidestep in order for me to get a combo going, rather than just actually getting in there, deciding when to get aggressive. Like, no, like, I get it could be strategic, but that's not really strategic if I can just sidestep around you the whole time. Truly and honestly. So the gameplay can be considered a little bit more slow than what people would like it to be. And I do kind of think that kind of threw it off as well. That kind of made people want to leave as well, me included, but you know. Beyond that, con number 2, the game still lacks a reason to play kind of beyond online. And hear me out. I know what I said about the quick matches being added, but come on. Bro, it's so much other stuff that y'all can put in here, bro. I get we got like the custom story mode, which I do really like. But give me something different. Give me 100 v1s, 20 v1s, 20 v1s, not the stuff that they do with the 20 girls versus one guy. No, where they have like 20 metal cooler versus one, and it gets progressively harder each time. Like, so many other game modes could be put in here. And I've said this so many times in the videos, and I'm hoping that they're listening to other people say this too, not even cry, say this about this game too. But we kind of want more modes than just online. Again, as I said before, this game isn't meant to be competitive. This game truly has no real competitive aspects, only because, and don't click off, don't dislike before you do anything, hear me out. What I mean by that is, if I pick a high tier character, aka Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, versus your, I don't know, who gets played the most, Blue Goku or something, or if you're just playing for fun, you're picking Hit or somebody, which is what I do. If I pick Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, it doesn't matter how good you really are, it doesn't matter how perfect your attacks are, I have the edge instantly because my character's faster, has more health, does more damage. That kind of puts me at more of an advantage. Even if I lose, you have to try a lot harder to beat me than I would have to try to beat you. And that kind of takes a big points off it being competitive. And let's take a game for something like Street Fighter or Tekken that actually has combos, techs, multiple other stuff to go on with it, to stack on top of it, bro. You know, it's kind of just, obvious, it's kind of just off. Or trying to compare Sparking Zero to Xenoverse. I'm not trying to compare them and say which one is better, but if we're going by mechanic wise, both of those still wouldn't really be considered competitive, only because there can still be a loop around if I pick a broken character. And that can be said for a lot of fighting games, but if it gives me that much of an advantage where I can beat someone who's clearly better than me, and I could just pick a top 2 character and almost even the playing field, like, you gotta admit that's not really that fun, honestly. And a lot of people even say that as well. So beyond online, we need some more game modes so I don't have to go online and stress myself out. I want to go online and just chill and enjoy Sparking Zero, like, things like that. Other game modes would very much help, or what really would help, 3v3s. That's all I'm gonna say. If y'all gonna put it online, 3v3s. Me, my partner, me, my other friend, me and 3 friends, bro. Me and 3 friends want to jump in there and fight, I don't know, anyone online and just have a blast, just have fun. That's the whole point of it. The game is meant to be fun, not really competitive. We don't want just online, we want other stuff. So that's con number 2 as to why I feel like the game probably will end up hitting a decline relatively soon if something isn't done about these. And the final con that I'm going to do is, and this is the biggest con that scares me, is you can kind of see, and hear me out on this, the biggest con, you can kind of see the finish line for the game. As in content wise, meaning it'll die due to like the lack of characters in the updates, or, you know, failure after, or when the future, whenever we get diamond after diamond ends, and boom, now what? I get they can add other movie characters. There's a lot of characters they didn't add, but we can kind of see the horizon as to where Sparking Zero will end. And that's where it kind of scares me, because we're on such an incline right now that they're setting the bar so high that what are we going to do next? Like, what's next really? That's going to be the biggest question. I think that's going to be what scares me for the decline of the game is, now what? Now what we going to do? We got this DLC, Diamond's over. We got all the Diamond DLC that y'all can squeeze out of us. Now what? I mean, are y'all gonna do another DLC pack? Is this gonna be the next Xenoverse? Which I wouldn't mind. I would love for this to be the next Xenoverse. But like, what kinda are y'all reaching for at this point? Cause you know, we're gonna want some more content pumping out, and you guys can't really last forever off minor updates. Like, we're gonna want a new character, new this, something like that, costumes, like what's gonna be next. And I feel like that's probably the scariest part as to I feel like the decline of Sparking Zero will hit. Like, and there's a lot of other stuff that I can discuss, but I feel like that the what if is probably going to be what hits the most, because, you know, after we get everything, I mean, what else can I add? I feel like it's going to get the Xenoverse thing where if they don't act on it in timely manners, or act on it to make it more, you know, wowing, it's gonna just decline, bro. They're going to be dropping DLC and just, it's going to be called a money grab. So we're going to kind of need like more refreshing stuff, throw in costumes, throw in this, that, like, you know, give us something as it goes so we don't have to really be scared of the what if. Because yes, I know every game dies and comes to an end, but how fast will this die? How fast will this game that we waited so long for die? Like, I really want people to ask themselves that when it comes. Like, I'm not wishing on this, you know, I'm not wishing on this no time soon. I want it to last as long as possible, but I feel like the biggest fear and I feel like the biggest decline is Bandai will get lazy and it'll just hit rock bottom. We're not gonna get nothing that's gonna be worthwhile. Everything is just gonna flop, and that terrifies me. I don't want to see that for this game. So I'm hoping that they act on a lot of this stuff and give us stuff that'll actually keep it more climbing at a climbing rate. Like, yes, I will say it probably had 5 million buys or whatever it was. I've seen somebody say that before, but it can have all the buys in the world, bro. If the game isn't still fixing itself, if the developers aren't putting love into the game, it can buy billions of buys, but it won't fix the underlying issue of this game still needs work. For the people who are passionate about it, the game still needs work. You noobs, not noobs, I'm sorry, I don't want to call y'all noobs. You, I guess, more casual, don't really care gamers, you know, be like, okay, well, you know, I'm still just gonna play it for fun. I'm just gonna probably smoke a little something, drink, you know, whatever makes it have more fun, which is cool. You know, have your fun. You paid the money for the game, have your fun. But the people who plans on playing it for a while, coming back to it and everything, we're gonna want to see some stuff. The people who are actually deeply intrigued by this game, we're gonna want to see more to it. So that's kind of what my main point is, that I don't want to see it die. I don't want to get to the point to where it's like, dang, what next? After they set the bar so high and we're getting so hyped, I don't want to get to a point to where it says what next, because it feels like a lot of fighting games these days are getting to that Mortal Kombat. So I don't know. I think that's enough of my rambling. No, I think that's all the points that I kind of wanted to get through. If you guys agree or disagree with anything that I've said, let me know in the comments. I'm glad to read. I'm glad to respond to you guys. We're here to have this discussion and see, you know, see what everyone else is thinking or feeling. I really want to know what you guys have to say. Granted, I'm on 50-50. I'm on both sides. I'm not gonna just sit here and just down the game, but I'm not gonna sit here and praise the game for some stuff that needs to be fixed. And let me know also what you guys want to see more of, or what you guys feel needs to be done more too. So I think with that, I will end the video there, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you guys for listening, and I will hear from you guys soon. And yeah, guys, peace, stay safe, stay blessed, and yeah, see you guys in the next video.